Sup everyone, back with Greatest Attorney Chronicles. Let's continue and blast through this case.
No! For God's sake!
Yeah, we kind of ended on a real big cliffhanger last time. Was he breaking down?
No!
Was that his breakdown? Oh shit. Genshin Asogi talk. I penned this, my last will and testament, and the final moments before my inevitable and willing death. The hour is 11 p.m. and I sit at my writing desk in my office. My good... Oh, it's not Asogi talking. Oh shit. Oh, it's Von Zeeks. What am I saying? I'm stupid. Sorry. In case you couldn't tell, this recording is taking place after the last, a day after the last one. God, do I even have a Clint Von Zeeks voice? He has expressed his intent to invoke the dying ritual of the duel, that I may depart this world with honor. I'm trying to do like a slightly higher pitched version of Barrick Von Zeeks, an honor of which I am utterly undeserving. The Japanese are a truly merciful people. Oh. I, Clint Von Zeeks, Lord of the Manor of the Van Zeeks estate, hereby confess to the following. I am the killer who has come to be known in society as the Professor, guilty of 4 counts of murder. I will not here discourse the corruption rife among the aristocracy, which is to me, as one of them, so apparent. However, 6 months ago I took the life of a member of the House of Lords at the heart of the depravity. A demon who habitually sacrificed the common man to further his own interests, abusing his position of power. Damn, he's just like the Phantom Thieves for real.
Can't believe this game ripped off Persona 5, my favorite JRPG.
The law is impotent against such vile avarice. Only a fellow demon can rid society of this menace. That demon was my quarry, upon whom I willingly set my great hound. But though I am a hunter of some experience, I am a poor felon, it seems. My guilt was at once recognized by another, and I became subject to his extortion. He held over me the threat of exposing my wicked crime to my beloved wife and brother. Under that threat, I have done this man's bidding for months now, killing those he demanded I kill. As I watched my former mentor perish before my eyes at the jaws of the hound I commanded. Oh shit, so he actually did kill his mentor. I realized that I had lost the last shred of decency within me, and sunk to the level of a wild beast. There is no path back to the light. Be it I or my dear friend Asogi who dies this night, I am eternally damned. To my extortioner, male Strongheart, may you feel the jaws of the beast at your throat every time you swallow. Holy shit, that is raw. Bro, you are dead. Like, deader than dead. So now we know, yes, Clint Von Zeeks was a murderer, but somebody was directing him and naming his victims. His extortioner, Lord Male Strongheart. It was you! And this bitch is smiling! Bro, he literally just had a minor breakdown, and he's just freaking smiling. Lord Strongheart, a moment ago, you claimed that what the court has just heard could destroy justice in this country. But you weren't trying to protect justice at all. All you were trying to do was conceal the secret of your true nature, and the countless lives you've sacrificed up until now. This dude. It just didn't make sense to me. that the third victim, the former Lord Chief Justice, was my brother's benefactor, and a man of lofty principles. As I said, Clint had no possible reason to kill the man. But you did, didn't you, Lord Strongheart? To eliminate the man who stood between you and the office you'd set your sights on. So you used your own hunting dog, Lord Clint von Zeeks, to take him down. He's still smiling, this smug son of a bitch. It had to be done. Yeah, right. London's unsavory shadows are deep, and the arm of the law fails to reach their depths. Crime must be cut off at the roots. But the Lord Chief Justice at the time couldn't see that. He was weak. Lofty principles, you say, tantamount to cowardice if you ask me. And you are a little bitch. You know what I just realized? The first case this dude ever had us deal with. The Magnus McGilded case. You want to know what this dude did? He set it up so no matter what happened, McGilded would die. Like, he wanted us to end, because, you know, Ryunosuke, he assumed, oh, this is some dude from a backwater country. He's not going to be able to protect his client. He's not going to be able to get the not guilty verdict. So, hey, maybe he'll just get guilty and that'll be the end of it. But no, he got him off, and then he's just like, well, shit, I guess now I've got to frickin' kill the dude in a fire. Like, that's basically what this asshole did. Which is why I took his place. In order to fight the crime, he was allowing to spread like wildfire. Funny you mentioned fires. When we should probably just throw you in one of the two to your side. Probably the one on the left, considering, you know, guilty and all. And also black, because you are black as night in as far as like your purity versus chaotic nature. Well, I guess you could say, if you're between yin and yang, you are the yang, I guess.
By murdering the man.
The Reaper, the Professor. The name makes no difference. As I've explained countless times already, it was all done for the furtherance of law and order in London.
Objection!
Bitch, you are just out for yourself. Are you going to legitimize the murder of my father now, too? Ah, Genshin Nasogi. Well, that was unfortunate. I had fully intended to send him back to Japan, as we'd agreed. I don't believe you. It was you, wasn't it? You killed him. Bitch, yeah, I did. Do I look like I care, though? No, it wasn't me who took your father's life. Then who? I mean, we heard it on the thing before. On the night following his mock execution, I went to Lowgate Cemetery at 3 in the morning with Jigoku.
Judge Jigoku?
So he's the one that pulled the trigger. There had to be a collaborator on the Japanese side to manage Asogi's treatment after his repatriation. Jigoku had fierce ambition. It made him easy to manipulate. Thank you for revealing your whole plan to us. 10 years ago, after he'd stood trial for the destruction of the witness stand, I had words with him. So he did destroy the witness stand twice. He did it once 10 years ago, and then he did it, and then history repeated itself not long ago. When I told him the position of Minister of Foreign Affairs could be his, he couldn't agree fast enough. Seishiro, you fool. As you know, Asogi escaped the prison in a closed casket and was subsequently interred. We intended to dig him out of his grave before he ran out of air. But sadly, all did not go to plan. I assume you mean Trevor. Yep. There was an unexpected visitor to the cemetery with his own ideas about digging up graves. A man who witnessed what nobody was supposed to see. Enoch Drebber. Of course, I knew grave robbers frequented London's cemeteries. But that grave on that particular night... Blast! If people find out the convict wasn't really executed, the scandal will rock the very foundations of the Empire. Oh, God, now I have to go back to Jigoku's voice.
Then what do we do? Shoot him, Mr. Jigoku. Shoot Asogi at once. He can't live now that he can't live now this has happened. He has to go. What are you talking about? You had an agreement. You promised him he could return to Japan.
Everything has changed now. If the truth got out because of this, both of us would be finished. Forever.
Come on, Jigoku. Do it. Pull the trigger. Take the shot. Shoot! Persona!
Orpheus! Turning into a kettle. Jigoku shot Asogi from the shadows. The grave robber was so close the blood sprayed over his coat. He fled as fast as his legs would carry him. Damn, fast reactions from Drebber. Then Jigoku and I put Asogi's body back in the grave from which he'd just emerged. Wow. When I later learnt of the waxwork modeler's presence at the scene as well, I made her swear to two things. Never to remove the professor's mask, and never to speak of the events of that night. And with that, the secret was buried along with Asogi's corpse. So, now you know what really happened in Lowgate Cemetery that night. Well, we have learned even further truths. I don't know if that's the full truth yet. I feel like there's still some boisterous stuff we need to learn. It was Jigoku, your Japanese acquaintance, who killed Asogi in the end, you see. He claimed to be the man's friend, but when push came to shove, he pulled the trigger. Just before Mr. Jigoku left the courtroom earlier, he said that the assassin exchange proposal was a demand from his British counterpart, not a request. So you coerced him too, using what happened in the graveyard. By that time, Jigoku was the Minister of Foreign Affairs, negotiating international treaties with Britain. You can imagine what would have happened if it came to light he'd murdered a compatriot 10 years earlier. He would have lost everything. I merely reminded him of that.
How do you sleep at night?
Peacefully, probably. This dude has no frickin' morals. These past 10 years, I fought tirelessly with the darker recesses of London's criminal underworld. And I've used whatever means necessary to ensure that justice prevails and law and order reign supreme.
Objection!
That couldn't be further from the truth. The fact is, you haven't fought crime at all.
How dare you?
Oh, I dare.
I saved Clint Von Zeeks from dishonor and his death.
Objection!
Whilst behind the scenes, you systematically buried anyone who stood in your way. And then you made my father take the blame.
It was unavoidable. It was the only way to protect our justice system and public order.
Let's not forget the others you had killed as well. Setting the defendant up as the Reaper to cover up the truth behind the murders of countless more.
That's enough!
Oh shit, he pissed, bro. Bro, have a Kit Kat bar. You're not you when you're hungry.
Do you have any idea of the conniving that led to the acquittals of those wretched criminals? We have to fight fire with fire. Our courts can't function without a Reaper. Can't you see all that I've done for this country? This has been my struggle.
Objection!
Your struggle, you say? You've done nothing. It's Lord Von Zeeks here who worked tirelessly and justly in court, whilst enduring the disgrace of the Reaper name. Oh shit, they're on the same side now, hell yeah. Yo, you are getting worked from the witness, the prosecution, and the defense. Get owned. Not to mention the judiciary, and Inspector Gregson, fraught with anguish for having sullied his hands through a desire to do the right thing. Not to mention Genshin Asogi, who risked his life going in pursuit of the truth you tried to hide. No, the darker recesses of London's underworld were largely filled by you.
You little... When will you get it through your thick skulls?
That it was all for Queen and country. I'm tired of that excuse. You've consistently twisted the truth for bargaining power to make others do your bidding, like a knife in a wound. Nothing more. People who willingly just twist the truth and coerce others have no right to call themselves part of the judiciary. I strongly suggest you don't ever talk of justice again. Bro looks like he's about to conduct an orchestra. But this conductor is not going to be the one in charge of this show anymore. Clap. Clap? Wait, he's doing a Damon Gann.
Well, well, well. Dear me, my good fellows, dear me. A well-deserved round of applause, I think, for a quite marvelous performance.
Oh my god. What are you talking about? Bro. He didn't earn the name Male Strongheart for a reason. Dude is creating a storm now.
Those delightfully grave expressions, that beautifully pronounced Queen's English. Really, our friends from the Far East are quite the picture of industriousness. You fraud! Keep your mockery! Please, don't misunderstand. It really is exactly as you've both said.
Dude. Yo, he was getting super fast. I was fully expecting him to go full Damon Gann. He got real close. If that freaking clapping escalated anymore... Bro, I don't think a metronome could have kept up with him. I'm just saying.
What are you trying to say? I have occupied the darker recesses of London's underworld, and, how did you put it, done nothing. I confess it's a little embarrassing to have it pointed out quite so starkly, but yes.
Look at his face. This man is, like, cracking.
I really have done nothing, which means... I can be indicted for nothing. No.
Yeah, no. We're gonna get you on something, bitch.
What?
Sorry, getting something out of my eye. One of these days I'll stop recording past midnight.
It's true. Personally, I've committed no crime. I've merely been surrounded by fools, who've acted very rashly indeed.
Objection!
You can't get away with that. You've consistently preyed on people's weaknesses.
And what? Threatened them. Are you sure it wasn't just bargaining?
The absolute nerve on this dude.
I would like to address all the good lords and ladies and gentlemen of the judiciary here present. You all know of these darker recesses in our great capital, and deep down I believe you also know that to fight those who dwell there requires at least some of us to occupy the darkness ourselves.
Ow. Oh, I just hit my mic arm with my hands. Ow.
So let me appeal to your good sense now. Consider the situation with me. If this catalog of horrifying revelations were to become common knowledge among the 6 million inhabitants of London, what might happen? To learn that the infamous murderer of royals and nobles was a respected member of the aristocracy himself. That evidence was fabricated in the scapegoat's trial amid secret negotiations with prosecutors to effect a jailbreak. That the Reaper of the Bailey was an organized group of assassins managed by a Scotland Yard inspector. And finally, that it was all masterminded by the Lord Chief Justice himself.
He's trying to frickin' blackmail this country, basically. If the general public of Britain knew the truth, all faith in the police and the prosecutor's office would be completely lost, without doubt. Public order in the capital would completely break down. We'd be cast back to the lawless days of the last century. Precisely, as it was 100 years ago when 1 in 10 of the population were criminals. Think what we've accomplished since then. A public policing force, a comprehensive set of laws. And if we want to continue to protect this new era of law and order, I say again, we must at times occupy the darkness ourselves.
You know, honestly, I think in a situation like this, the best thing to do is take care of one problem at a time. And the biggest one is the one sitting right in front of us. Get rid of you, then, I don't know, maybe as time trickles onward, you sprinkle in some more truths to the public, and just let it slowly accumulate. And then people will mostly forget about the older ones, and then they'll just be like, oh, this is a big shock, but, I mean, okay. I don't know, I'm just putting out ideas here, what do I know? I ain't a government official. Well...
We have successfully identified and apprehended the man responsible for taking Inspector Gregson's life. That is all that was expected of this trial. All these other matters that have been discussed will be eliminated from the minutes of these proceedings, in the interest of preserving law and order. And to protect Her Majesty the Queen, of course.
Bro, tell the Queen. I want the Queen's opinion on this shit.
Well, my lords, ladies and gentlemen, what say you?
He has a point. The things Lord Strongheart has done are quite unforgivable.
But on the other hand...
Isn't it our duty to maintain law and order in the capital? You can't deny that the threat of the Reaper over the years has done wonders for the crime rate.
And by fair means or foul, that's all thanks to Lord Strongheart.
Oh my fucking god, they are actually against us? What the fuck is wrong with you people? Are you hearing this?
This is the will of the British judiciary.
Crush it. Crush it in your hand, shut them up. Look at this fucker.
For your rousing response, friends, I express my heartfelt gratitude. Therefore, in accordance with the overwhelming wishes of the court, the record shall be erased.
You have to respect the man's ability to turn a situation to his favor. Lord Strongheart really is a master of manipulation. You've conclusively proven his guilt. But still he manages to evade justice. I just don't know what we can do. Yo, Sholmes? Sholmes, you're usually our knight in shining armor. Can you come down from your lofty spot in the gallery?
Ryunosuke.
Looks like the trial really is going to come to an end now. I'm almost out of options, I think. There's really only one path left open to me. Yes, as I know only too well. The only thing that carries any weight in court is hard evidence. This music! But Mr. Naruto! Holy shit. Is this the objection theme, but like revamped? What evidence is there to use at this stage in the trial? I have an idea. I don't know whether anything will come out of it, but if there was ever a time for using this particular item, we have him on the evidence, it's now. Sholmes, come on down, bitch. Take that! Oh my! Yes, Mr. Sholmes asked if you had that with you earlier. We've exposed all of Lord Strongheart's wrongdoing now. I have no doubt that Mr. Sholmes had already deduced exactly how the truth would unfurl. So I think it must be time for the great detective to take center stage, don't you? Yes, absolutely. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Let's take the hair by the ears then, and heave! Alright, here goes. Heave! Ow, 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 my dear fellows, must I remind you every time, a gentle tug will suffice. Mr. Sholmes, you're looking in quite the wrong direction, Mr. Narho. Is he on the other side of the frickin' defendant's bench? Because I'm over here. Ah! Mr. Naruhodo, he's... Oh, is he on the frickin' same side as Asogi? What? It's Mr. Sholmes! Is he a fucking hologram? What the shit? Look at his sassy hologram walk. I wasn't expecting you back, Sholmes. Delighted to be here again, Lord Strongheart. Bro, he's a fucking hologram. How is this working? What is going on?
What is the meaning of this? Bailiff, seize him. Put that man in irons.
Oh yeah, try it. Try it.
This is a closed court. You've been warned once already, man.
I knew it. What the? We can't get it out of him, my lord. Look at him. We just go right through him. Holy shit, look at him. Dude, I'm dying.
1 Maka 2 Maka 3 Macarena. 1 Maka 5 Maka 6 Macarena. 7 Maka 8 Maka 6 Macarena. Macarena.
Look at him. I'm afraid your efforts are wasted. You see, I have become God. The great detective you see before you is composed entirely of light and shadow. An image, if you will. Holy shit, this is the best moment in this entire game. Bruh. Mr. Naruhodo, I must congratulate you on your fine deductions. Mr. Sholmes, what on earth is... Are you familiar, I wonder, with the invention known as the telephone? Well, yes. I hear that some public telephones have been installed recently in Tokyo. The sound of the speaker's voice is converted to an electrical signal and transmitted instantly to another place. Quite. Sounds are transmitted, so could not images keep them company, I mused. Iris and I did some modest experimentation to develop such a device specifically for this very day. Modest experimentation, Mr. Sholmes. What a modest description. And somewhat incidentally, I thought we might as well transmit an entire scene. Somewhat incidentally, Mr. Sholmes. Now you're just being immodest. Do you mean to say you're not actually here, Sholmes? I knew my trusty partner would have no trouble grasping the concept. Bro, what is this game? Except he's grasping the stand to steady himself after your shock arrival. Poor father. I would have hoped he might have been forewarned, being the great detective's great partner.
Leave my courtroom at once. Get out or I swear to you.
Dear me. You, on the other hand, Lord Strongheart, appear to have a very poor grasp of the situation. Allow me to reiterate, I am not here, which would, I hope, lead naturally to one asking.
Where exactly are you?
The very question I was awaiting. I am at present enjoying the air in a rather splendid garden. A garden? Not just any garden, you understand. A garden at Buckingham Palace.
What? You can't be Buckingham Palace?
Is that the freaking... Is that like the lead of Britain? They said palace, right? Is he gonna show this entire thing to the Queen? What's Buckingham Palace, Mrs. Otto? I've never heard of it. Do you ever read the news, Mr. Naruhodo? Mr. Sholmes? Is Iris with you there? Ah, well now, Iris is currently enjoying some tea. With Her Majesty. I fucking knew it. Her Majesty? Not just any Her Majesty, you understand. Her Majesty the Queen of the British Empire.
Ooh. What?
What on earth is this all about? Buckingham Palace is Her Majesty the Queen's residence in London, Mr. Naruhodo.
Order in court. I demand immediate silence. Her Majesty the Queen, you can't be. I mean, no. This is some sort of unforgivably distasteful trickery by a third-rate detective, that's all. With a third-rate deck.
Unforgivably distasteful trickery. What an apt description. A closed court session attended by elite members of the judiciary is a rare event. I presumed that Her Majesty would be more than a little curious about the proceedings. So I decided to show her everything from start to finish.
You showed her?
Indeed. By dint of the Herlock Sholmes remote cinematograph. Bro, he's been fucking Twitch streaming this shit to the Queen of England. Bro, freaking Twitch plays court cases. Oh my god. Judge Judy.
You meddling... This is some kind of nightmare.
Just as I appear to be standing before you, regaling you with talk of my latest invention. No doubt you've inferred that the reverse is also true.
You don't mean...
Her Majesty has seen and heard every moment of the proceedings. Oh, fuck yeah. Sholmes the legend. Oh my god. In the darkest and final hour, this man appears. You know, not the final hour, the final minute. I assumed there would be no objection. After all, every trial in this country is conducted under the auspices of Her Majesty, as you know. Sorry, I've never read that word before. Or if I have, it was a long time ago.
You...
I confess I am quite impatient to hear Her Majesty's opinion. About the unforgivably distasteful trickery in which you've been engaged over the past 10 years. Oh, Sholmes, you fucking legend! I love you with all my heart, bro.
No, I was merely...
Oh, so sorry to keep you all waiting. Vicky and I had so much to talk about.
Vicky, Queen Victoria. It is Victoria, right? I don't know much about the Queen of England, but... I mean, I know there's multiple Queens of England, obviously, because, you know, monarchy or whatever, but, like, I don't know.
Iris, there you are. In fact, I have a little message here from Her Majesty.
God, imagine if they modeled the frickin' Queen of England in this game. I know, obviously, they aren't going to show her directly, but it would have been hilarious.
A message?
Well then, if everyone is sitting comfortably... Ahem. Forthwith and with immediate effect, all authority previously afforded to Mael Stronghart is hereby revoked forevermore. Get fucked.
Oh.
Furthermore, he will be prosecuted for crimes against his country in a public trial by jury in the coming days. Yo, this Queen Victoria is based as fuck. So, it seems that Her Majesty doesn't believe we need to fight fire with fire. Justice in this country needn't be administered from the shadows at all. Yo, this is such a good end to this game. Words cannot say how awesome I love this is. Mael Stronghart, the darkness you fostered to conceal your despicable actions these last 10 years is a thing of the past now. After today, your brand of law and order has no future, because no longer are you the Lord Chief Justice. In the eyes of the law, and of Her Majesty the Queen, you are nothing but a criminal. Fucking destroyed. Let's see your breakdown. Cry.
Adjourned! 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 Court is adjourned!
Oh! Dude! Is it gonna Okay. Is it gonna break the scales? Oh my god, it is. Yo, can it fall forward? It is! It's gonna hit him! Bro, you're dead! Oh, never mind. Oh, oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Dude. Okay. That may or may not have been the coolest breakdown the series has ever seen. The entirety of this series. Holy fuck. Oh my god. Dude is charred.
Lord Clint von Zeeks left a will in which he confessed to everything. When those words came out of Asogi's mouth, it deranged me completely. I knew I must do anything and everything in my power to contain the situation. But I couldn't find the damn document. I searched his cell, but it wasn't there.
Which precipitated the jailbreak plot, I assume. What do you mean?
The need to obtain that will was all-consuming. I was sure that if I facilitated Asogi's escape, he would emerge with the will somewhere on his person. But despite searching his limp body in the cemetery that night, it still eluded me. It never even crossed my mind that it was concealed in the sword's hilt.
Damn. Bro, you got fucked up. Again. For another time.
What pains me now is that my brother left this world without a word to me.
I'm sorry, Lord Van Zeeks.
In point of fact, I think perhaps that isn't the case.
Sorry?
How can that be?
There is more to his last will and testament.
What? As I confront the prospect of my demise, I feel bitter regret for my younger brother. Beric, you have always looked up to me, and now you follow in my footsteps to become a prosecutor. It is my fervent wish that my unspeakable deeds should not hinder your advancement. I ask not for understanding, for none could understand my depravity. I ask only for forgiveness.
Wow.
Asogi is a fine detective and a hunter worthy of respect. He has agreed to honor my final 2 wishes. The first is that this document survives. The second, I cannot commit to paper.
What was the second, then?
I have confessed my sins to my wife. May she find resolution in my death. With my eternal gratitude to my Japanese friend, I rest my quill. Clint von Zeeks.
God damn.
Clint.
And thus we have reached the conclusion. In its entirety. Male Strawnheart. You colluded with Seishiro Jigoku in a criminal plot so immense it spanned the ocean. And you cold-heartedly murdered all those who knew the truth about what happened 10 years ago. But why did you set about that now, a whole decade later?
To ascend to the very peak. These last 10 years made me realize being the Lord Chief Justice wasn't enough. Short of becoming Her Majesty's Attorney General, I could have no real power to effect the changes needed in this country. And for that promotion, I needed to ensure no remnants of the past remained. How could you I like everything to run smoothly in the exact manner that I prescribe, like a well-oiled machine. And I was just a step away. And for your ambition to succeed, did you even bother to count the number of brilliant people you had killed?
Ah, Mr. Reaper, are you not forgetting something?
Such as...
You very much adopted your usual prosecutor-like demeanor in the proceedings now. But the reality of the situation is that you are the defendant in this trial.
Oh,
However, the presiding judge would appear to have fallen from the bench, as it were. May I suggest, therefore, that we entrust the final adjudication to an old friend?
Man, have I not been ever more happy to see your face, Saint Nick. You know, holy shit. Holy shit! I just realized! I'm recording this on Christmas. Oh. Dude! I'm recording the final time we see Saint Nick on Christmas. What the fuck of a coincidence is that? Yo!
my lord!
Oh, I haven't voiced you in a while, man. God, I want to give this old man a hug.
As a member of the judiciary, I have been following the proceedings from the gallery. And I must say, I shan't ever forget the extraordinary battle between good and evil that I witnessed here today.
Oh, I'm so happy to see you, buddy.
The darkness that has blighted justice in our land these past 10 years has at last been dispelled. Thanks, in no small part, to the efforts of a bright young star from the east. Defense Counsel Naruhodo.
Yes, my lord.
On behalf of everyone here present in the Old Bailey, I give you my heartfelt thanks.
You're too kind, my lord.
The first time I faced you in court, just under a year ago now, I had the faintest of intimations that if British justice, so warped and twisted over its long history, was finally to know change, this might just be the man to do it.
What?
But at the time, I wouldn't allow myself to acknowledge the possibility. I couldn't overcome my hatred of the Japanese after the circumstances of my brother's death. Mr. Naruhodo, allow me to apologize for countless discourtesies on my part. You are a lawyer of boundless talent.
Oh, Lord Van Zeeks.
When I first arrived in Great Britain, I was literally a nobody, certainly not a lawyer. The truth is, my fortunes have entirely been made by the miraculous people I've met. My best friend, Kazuma Sogi, who led me here to Britain in the first place. My loyal and ever-patient judicial assistant, Miss Usato, who helped me study to become a lawyer. The brilliant Lord Van Zeeks, who never failed to challenge his Nipponese rival. And not to mention, the exceptional master of logic and reasoning who showed me the true art of deduction, Mr. Sholmes.
Saving the best for last, Mr. Naruhodo. What a relief.
Hey, Gina isn't here. What are you talking about? I'm well aware that without all these people's help and support, I wouldn't be where I am today. Actually, no, I take that back. The dog is the best character. The truth is the guiding light that always leads to happiness. I've lived by that principle for a long time now, but actually it's not true. The truth can also cause great pain, sometimes even leave people on the brink of despair. And for that reason, there are those who feel the need to hide the truth, who did it instinctively even. But as soon as we allow our eyes to settle on something other than the truth, the darkness takes hold. And from there it grows, until eventually, it makes us blind to the guiding light of the truth altogether. So that's why it's my belief that we must all resolve never to avert our eyes from what is just and true. So that we can continue to walk the straight and narrow path ahead. Truer words never spoken, my man. Everyone is happy. The only thing missing is if we could see Von Zeeks crack a smile for once in his life. Well, I must excuse myself now. But before I go, Mr. Naruto, let me compliment you on your grand opus. What? Without your beautifully composed case against Lord Strongheart, Her Majesty would have been unable to act. Thanks to you and your fellows, the haunting undertones corrupting Britain's justice system have been silenced. Thank you very much. So, until our paths cross again somewhere.
Van Zeeks is just like, oh shit, he's gone.
Well then, it would appear that this long trial has finally come to an end.
My apologies for any anxiety caused, my lord.
I'm quite sure we shall meet again here in the courtroom before long, Prosecutor Barrick von Zeeks. In conclusion of these proceedings, I hereby declare the defendant, Barrick von Zeeks, not guilty.
Oh man. Fireworks in the courtroom yet again. Oh shit. What a game.
That is all. Court is adjourned. Adios, everyone. This is the last time I'll get screen time.
Fourth of November, 4:21 p.m. The Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. I expected there to be a number after it, but I forget it's just Defendant's Antechamber. Oh, shit. What a trial and what a game. I feel like next episode might be the last one. So I'm gonna end things off here. Next time on Greatest Eternity Chronicles 2, Resolve. We will finish this off once and for all. Maybe. Depends on how long this epilogue is. Adios, ciao, and bye-bye. Signing off until the last episode. Ja, mata ne.